Hello, it's the 15th of July today. Here in Australia I guess it's the middle of winter. Not much is really growing, happening. It's all pretty calm. I guess it's just that time of the year before everything perks up getting into spring. This bed, the Swiss chard, is still growing. It's slowed right down, but we're attacking it, I guess is a good way to put it. Just really using it as a cut and come. And it's doing well. We've got some self-seeded chamomile, which is quite nice. We had a really lovely bush last year, so now we're going to have two, and I've moved a couple to the middle bed. I planted tomato seed in the kind of little hothouse. Don't think it's going to work, but we'll see. I've planted some inside as well. So last Thursday, I planted six seeds, so they're growing along quite nicely in the windowsill, and hopefully they'll go out beginning of September. The middle bed, it's just doing its thing. We've planted some lobelia in the front now. Got an edible pansy, Swiss chard and some coriander growing. The garlic, still got some purple tips. I put some, mixed up some potash and poured it over. Wondering if it's a deficiency with that, so we'll see if that comes along. I think it's just been really cold. I think we always get purple tips, maybe not quite as purple, but this is, around here, it's probably one of the shadiest parts of the garden, the coldest parts. Little radishes I just chucked in are starting to grow, which is good. And yeah, the chamomile did a dodgy transplant, but it seems to be doing its thing. The red vein sorrel is growing very, very slowly, but at least it's coming, so I guess by spring we'll have some, even though I was hoping to have it for winter. Little spinach seedlings I put in are coming along, and some of the rocket is now perking up in different parts of the bed. I think the capsicums are surviving so far, except for the one in there, which you can see. But I didn't think that was going to survive from the beginning because I chopped it too short. This bed, still doing its thing as well. Broccolini is putting on some size now. I don't think much will happen because we don't get any sun here till, what are we, July, August, middle of September I think is when the first bits of sun hits this area, but we'll see. No harm, nothing else was going to be put in. Last year we had parsley, but not this year. We had to net it because the possums eat it. The garlic I put in near the shortest day of the year are popping up, so it'll be interesting to see on the longest day of the year if they're ready and how they go. The lemon tree, gave it a trim at the top, so it's all back to its nice little tight shape. We pulled off 24 lemons I think the other day. I think there's still 12 or something, so we've had a really nice harvest. And I noticed there's some new growth and a few new flowers, so hopefully we'll get some lemons over summer. I'll probably pull these off the next week, but it's just our crisp is a bit full at the moment. This bed, spinach, rocket, and a tiny bit of parsley, and Swiss chard there, which is not doing very well, so I might pull it out soon. Once again, we're just hammering this, so you can't expect much, but it's doing its job. The spinach is I just noticed some holes. But yeah, the spinach is doing really well for us, in that we can keep attacking it and it keeps on producing. That's what you want. Nothing's really going on the back. The olive tree's just hanging out, not doing much, not expecting much. Got some little seeds we've planted here. Bought some lobelias because really these ones are trailing and they're growing so slowly. And some onion seeds here. So they're little purple ones. I think they're mini purplet, so they're really nice. I'll just plant them in amongst the spring planting, and I think after 8-10 weeks they start bulbing up and they just get flowers to just remove them. Little hoop houses, looking really quite nice. We harvested lots of the Swiss chard the other day, and now it seems to be growing back, so I think this is kind of working. A couple of tomato cuttings I took. We've got some tomatoes that are dying, but I thought, yeah, take a couple of cuttings, see what happens. If nothing does, it's nothing lost. And yeah, and coriander in here as well. I also planted a zucchini seed the other day. I don't think anything's going to happen, but I thought, why not see what happens? No loss. But yeah, we're getting had a frost a few weeks ago, and yeah, we're getting down to sometimes 2 degrees in the morning. So yeah, the garden, I think, for that temperature is doing quite well. So yeah, our little backyard on I guess in the middle of winter.